Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I want to entitle this video, When Prepping Doesn't Matter, because I've been watching a lot of YouTubes lately where there are channels of, people that are prepping, they're going out and they're starting ranches, farms, they are, growing tons of crops, they got tons of chickens. A lot of people are just doing it for the first time. They've never done it. I've been into gardening and things like that for about a decade. I really do enjoy it. I used to own a tree farm and I converted that palm tree, bamboo kind of nursery into a fruit tree business, right? And I see people on the internet right now, this doom and gloom attitude where the world's coming apart. And is it coming apart? It is, but not in the way that you think. I see people like running around saying credit's gonna be no needed anymore. The debt bubbles bursting and new systems coming, and we're getting like these, these knights in shining armor running on in, and unicorns are going to dump bags of money in your hands. So I see these two different sides of the coin when it comes to people that are preparing for the apocalypse, right? You literally have people preparing for an apocalypse. They're digging a cave and sinking a sea train into it, and they're running for the hills. Literally, they're going to go hide, right, and lock the door and be sitting in there with their pew up against the wall. Then you have the other side. It's like, nope, we're good. We don't really have to do anything because, the white knights are coming to get us. And I literally have seen them call them the white knights. The white knights because this system in this world is so screwed up, and they screwed up, and somewhere down the line, someone just felt guilty and went, well, let's just, let's set some money, a bag of money off into the corner and let it gain interest for 100 years, and then we'll just give it to everybody. I want people to have a very realistic attitude here. And what I mean by when I say when your prepping means nothing or it's worthless is this. Debt is not going away. Credit's not going away. We've seen recessions, we've seen depressions, we've seen full-blown empires collapse and go away, only to be rebuilt, centuries later. But we have seen this cycle over and over and over again. And for people that are not prepared in a balanced fashion, they're going to be left out. And I'll give you an example. One thing that blows me away is people that are preparing to run for the hills and they have no plan on the other side if they're wrong. And I'll give you an example. One thing that's happening right now is the ability or the opportunity to take advantage of this crash. In the Great Recession, which I have to use that one as an example because we were all alive. Most of us all were all alive. If you're young and you're in this channel and you weren't graduated from college, let's say, or you were like 20 by the time 2008 rolled around, please put it in the comments because I love seeing younger people listen to a more thought-provoking conversation that will gain you wisdom and experience. No, I'm not saying that's from me, but other people. If you would have had some money off to the side and everybody's houses fell dramatically in price and people were liquidating all of their stuff that they bought that they shouldn't have bought in the first place because they couldn't afford it, quite frankly, because they didn't own it, you could have went out and bought 20 homes. And can you imagine yourself right now with 20 homes and you're renting them all out? You'd be living very comfortably. As a matter of fact, most of the people that I see that are preparing for these harder times don't have a lot of money to prepare for them. And that gets me super, super excited. Why? Well, first off, you have an option now. You can run for the hills, or you can say, once I get prepared, now I'm gonna start looking for opportunities and I'm gonna make the most out of this crash. My great-grandfather told a story to my father, and he said he'll always remember it. He was out warning all of his friends that were farmers when they were going into massive debt, getting these new massive tractors is the new thing, the new automated tractors that you could plow more fields. It was wider, it was stronger, it did more. But none of the farmers could afford this equipment, and these companies were talking them into these crazy loans. And my great-grandfather was warning them, don't do it, stay small, grow, buy with cash, build the right way. And no, you don't know what you're talking about, and the roaring 20s were roaring and booming, and people were buying up things because of the way the monetary system was set up at that point. And it's no different from today. And all those farmers lost everything they had. And my grandfather had saved money and been meek, and he went around buying up farms. And ironically, his friends turned into his employees, but he was a good man. He is everything I've ever heard about my grandfather were just kind, great things. And he was able to re-employ them, which is exciting. But imagine if you were that farmer that lost everything. You know how hard that would be? I'm sure we're all grateful for second chances, but at a certain point, when are you going to wake up and go, I don't want a second chance, I want a do-over. I want it like a straight up do-over. I'm gonna take the lessons of my life and every one of us that went through the Great Recession. And even though I sold all my homes, I had 13, 14 homes I sold in 2006, and I kept 3, right? And I was pretty young when I had those. And I look back on all the things that I could have done better now. And I promised myself in 2012, after I lost the opportunity of buying a winery actually, for a smoking discount price, that I would never be in that position again, that I would be ready for it. And so I want to challenge you. It's one thing to be buying canned food, right? And being ready for the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse or whatever, or hoping that a white knight shows up and dumps a bunch of money in your hand. But I'm going to be honest with you. Luck favors the prepared, and not only, the guy with the food, because you've got a clear mind. That's the most important thing, I think. But also luck favors the one that's not only prepared, but that's not scared, and that's ready to charge the mountain and take advantage of the situation. Now, for anybody that would be is already on the keyboard saying, I can't believe you take advantage of people losing their homes, you need to get over yourself, okay? Because this is normal. This happens all throughout the dawn of history. People are dumb with money, and they get into problems, and they have to give it back to the bank. That's literally how the world works, right? That's why the elite, the 1%, are the 1%. My hope is to turn millions and millions of people into the elite. Why? Because they already have the elite mindset. They're preparing, they're getting ready. Now they just need the fundamentals, okay, how do we put this stuff together to take advantage of them? I'm gonna leave you this one. Keep your credit score good, and store a little bit of cash, a little off to the side, some things like that, but really maintain your credit score. Don't get into any crazy debt. Get out of debt if you can. Have your food and get ready, because when the time's right, we're gonna start buying, and it is gonna be awesome. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.